This is the Mimics tutorial video for single slice and multi-slice manual segmentation and exporting your final mask as an STL. Once you've exhausted all of your semi-automated tools, you can begin to manually edit each slice of the mask. In order to edit a single slice of the mask, you can choose the single slice tool found in the toolbar. Selecting this has a dialog box that appears, and you can choose the type of enclosure that you're going to make. I suggest using lasso because it works best with tortuous anatomy, and then you can choose the operation that you want. Most often you would choose draw in order to fill a hole. So here in the chamber you can circle the area that you want to fill and it fills it in with mask. Furthermore, you can erase part of the mask if it is within an area where it shouldn't exist. And lastly, there's threshold, and this is for highlighting structures within the mask that are outside of the original threshold, which you can alter here. If you want to alter the mask in multiple different slices, then you can use the multi-slice edit tool, also found in the toolbar. When you use the multi-slice edit tool, you can choose your type of enclosure again, and you need to select which plane you're going to do the edits in, and then whether you want to add or remove material. So here in the SVC, we need to fill it in with the mask because the contrast enhancement was low. And so you can highlight out the SVC, and then you move a few slices and edit again. Once you're satisfied with how you've drawn your enclosure, you can say interpolate, which will add mask to all the slices in between. And then you can say apply, and it fills in this space. You can see also down here you would want to fill in your aorta, and so you need to change your plane that you're working in now in the sagittal. You can fill in this part of the aorta, go a few slices away, and fill it in again. Typically, the more tortuous your anatomy is, the fewer slices you'll have in between making your selections. Then you can say interpolate, and as you can see, it interpolated in between, and say apply. Furthermore, you can also remove material. So if you change here the operation to remove, and you can see areas where we still have some bone highlighted by the mask, you can then start to remove this material as well. And this is one way that you can start to remove extraneous material outside of the region of interest that you want to keep. And so you would say interpolate. It would interpolate between those and say apply, and you've now removed the mask from that bone. Once you're satisfied with your mask and all of your manual edits, you can export it as an STL. In order to do that, with your mask highlighted that you want to export, you right click and you go to STL. When your dialog box appears, you choose the mask to export. In this case, it's going to be our orange mask. And you say add, and it appears down here with the object to convert and the output file name. After next, it will give you some parameters you can choose. A good rule of thumb is to choose custom, choose contour for the interpolation method, which is best for these types of tortuous anatomy. You also want to make sure that you don't have any matrix reduction, and that over here on the right hand side you don't have any sort of smoothing operation, so you can maximize the amount of data that you have. Once you're satisfied, you can click finish. Once your file has been saved as an STL in the file designation, you can now work with the STL and other softwares, particularly Geomagic, for cleaning up the anatomy and segmenting out all of the structures of the heart.